podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss, like, you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
For sure.
health,
Femininity, parenthood, dating
definitely
as
dating.
single parents. And it's from a lens of two psychologists,
Yeah.
So,
But also two people who grew up like with both parents, married parents, and then, like, you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, like her
yeah.
siblings and my siblings. So yeah, so it's from that
Looking,
perspective.
yeah,
As
looking at
that.
life through that lens. So
Yeah.
you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But
Yeah.
yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
All right, welcome back to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. We are back. Man, we appreciate all the love, man. It's our UK brothers and sisters have really been coming through. They was trying to come at Dom saying she didn't know what she was talking about in the comments. I said I didn't understand. I just didn't like her disposition. I was just purely hating. I didn't have any real hardcore evidence on why I hated on Meghan Markle. It just didn't feel good in my soul for her blackness. And our UK brothers and sisters educated me on why I felt that way.
Yeah, listen, it's a lot of anti-blackness shows up in a lot of ways, okay? And as a
She's
black person,
anti-blackness. She's anti-black though.
she's not anti-black. No, she's not anti-black. She just didn't realize how black she was. There's a difference. I'm black, but I just didn't know. Like that happens. That it's a humbling experience when it happens. So you kind of gotta allow the Lord to do His work and humble you real quick. So yeah.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Miss X. She was educating me on a lot of Meghan Markle stuff. Send me down a rabbit hole. I appreciate you, my sister, for educating me. I told you I was gonna give you a shout out on the next show, and this is a shout out to you for putting a brother up on game on why I really don't like Meghan Markle. Let's go.
Lord, let me find out you also anti-black.
Me anti-black? No.
No, I pull it up. I pull it up the clip. I pull it up as the network because I just feel like everybody is like doing too much and not enough at the same time. Like I really believe that, and I really believe that y'all are just giving this girl a hard time to give her a hard time. Man, we got hella episodes low key.
That's
I'm trying to go through. I'm like, update on Karrine Steffans, by the way. She has gone, we're not going to say AWOL, but like she says she is going to just kind of go post for a second.
Isn't that what she did already before when she brought back the new name? But she did a couple years
no,
ago, right?
she's saying it along the lines of I'm not going to I'm not going to be on Instagram and all that stuff too much because her health. So I don't know what she's doing, but I just think also it's a terrible idea for her to have a baby by somebody that is really, really kind of like not fucking with you like that. Like I'm all for bitches having babies, like if the dude, like if they're like shit happens. Puppy, I'm sorry, y'all. I made the mistake of giving her a squeaky toy. I also don't have pants on, so we just gonna have to get these squeaks, okay?
Hold on. I'll turn your camera off. Hold on, let me turn your camera off.
Okay, turn.
I just turned off Dom's camera and everything so she can do her thing real quick. But as she comes back from taking care of her dog situation, all right, there she goes. She back in here.
Listen, y'all, I was just asking Daryl. I was like, yo, do you feel like your house is never clean because you have a kid? And he was like, it used to be like that.
Yep.
But I feel like I'm cleaning my living room every day, the dining room every day, like places. And so now, because all of a sudden I was sick again. So now I have her little setup in my room so I could like lay down. because my couch is not that comfortable. But yeah, I just be trying to be great, and I'm like, girl, like
You won't let me
this
be
every
great.
5 minutes. Now I don't always change her pee pad right away, but my God, like I'm just trying to get her trained, and it's just a process. And please pray for me, y'all. Just pray for me. But regarding this Meghan Markle situation, y'all gotta stop saying. And then this Mrs. X, listen, y'all, I don't like that you
Don't say anything bad about Miss X. That's my homegirl.
That's great. That is great, Mrs. X. Like I love that you comment all the time. Like I see the engagement happening, but come on, y'all. Like the girl just got humbled real quick. She didn't realize how black she was because she was light skinned. And
you know, X put me on some other levels, some other stuff now. Yeah, no. We got
what happened?
Miss X that educated me. That thing, it ain't just.
And then how come you didn't tell me?
Oh, I thought you was gonna read it in the comments. I
read it like the first couple of days. Like I was reading the post, and then
I'm Miss X. I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna read directly what you said to educate a brother like myself. Because the streets need to know.
I'm not tripping. Listen, and I understand that. Listen, even as a brown skin girl, like I understand what.
So okay, boom. I'm gonna read the facts from Miss X. She said all her life she called herself a white woman. She used to tell her school friends that her mom was her housekeeper. At Northwestern, she refused to associate with any of the black people. She joined the whitest sorority on campus while ignoring all the sororities with black people. She told the sorority sister that she was Italian. Prince Harry is her third husband. They were all white men. She won't date black men at all, ever. The staff at both of her businesses are all white people. Look it up. She's only a black woman. She needs support from black people. Please don't fall for it. She's a poser. Shout out to you, Miss X. I appreciate you for putting me up on that. And I did some of my Googles. And it looks like she's about 85% correct from what I can see on the Googles.
85% sounds like that lambskin condom, okay? There's still holes in the story, okay?
Anyway, I don't see no holes. Miss X closed it all up for me.
Listen, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, and it's new bullshit happening in the world. So, would we like to jump into our new topics from the perspective of us amazing Aquarius? Listen, the season is here, y'all. It's here. And
it started Monday.
It started Monday. And the funkiness that was happening, the end of retrograde, all of that stuff during Capricorn season, is done. The moon, the sun is in Aquarius, and you should be getting your life and having a good time. Now, we understand that it is still January, so January Aquarius is still be a little fuddy-duddy at times. But
hey, we just slandering all the January Aquarius.
Yo, my homeboy, this is what I mean about inconsistencies in January Aquariuses. We gonna pull up to this like birthday thing, and he's like, yeah, it's like dinner, all this stuff, ladies are free or whatever, like, but you don't have to pay for nothing. Yo, we get to this spot, it is not dinner. Excuse me, it's like a club setting. They bring out one tray of appetizers, no alcohol, no nothing. And I was like, see, a February Aquarius would have double checked to make sure what was going to happen versus what would not be happening,
especially for a party.
Yo, and I see, yo, you gotta go. I don't have your daughter's phone number to call. Yeah. Dog, that freaked me out, and I'm like, so nobody see this body moving in this poster. All right,
okay, let's keep it rolling. So, where are we going? Let's go. I'm gonna let you do. Where do we want to go here first? We got a couple of things. Do we want to get? You want to go fuckery, or you want to get something serious?
Hey, I say let's go mess first.
All right.
Keely.
You already knew where I was going.
Putting a 3L dub said the other day that she let B2K minus Amarion hit the cootie cat. They ran a train.
What? No, I shout out to Sleepy from Just Post. He said group sex. He said that the official title should be group sex, not a train.
Okay. So yes. And this happened, I think I am under the impression based on the verbiage that this kind of happened a couple times. Maybe group sex happened once or twice, but she was like they was kind of passing her around a little bit.
So, yeah. So so was it? I don't even know the details. Honestly, what was the purpose in saying it though? I'm just trying to figure out, like, what was the purpose? Like, what was needed? What was needed? What was?
Does anybody nowadays really have purpose behind some of the things that they say? It's like so many years too late. And then her reasoning, I got kids now, so what? I'm like, so what? Like, there's certain things I feel like we should just take to the grave. And I'm not mad. I'm not sex shaming. I'm not slut shaming. Get it how you live it. But it's also irrelevant. Like, this might have been good to say, like, when you was on that show on BET where you was acting a fool.
Oh, what was the name of that show? Encore? Was it Encore?
Yeah, and I never finished it, by the way.
I never did either. I got like to like maybe the fourth. I got to the episode where the chick from Danny became left.
See, I didn't even know nobody from Danny came, but no, I thought they made her come back. I thought she came back and they gave her.
Honestly, I ain't even watched it before. I watched, and I know the chicks were 702 left, and that was the most That was the tragic part. Most tragic part of that was 702 for me.
They was hella disrespectful.
But and then how much they
to the girls from 702.
Yeah, but also how much 702 it fell off.
But I'm just a person that's
they couldn't sing no more. It was like I'm talking about like they're nothing about them personally, but I'm saying like they're
I just feel like but it's always what we say, like, y'all go into stuff and y'all don't give vocal training. I'm here.
So Dom again is trying. If y'all watching this on video, Dom has been going back and forth trying to make sure her dog is great, but also
I know it's a frame.
Let y'all see it. So it's gonna be some brothers zooming in trying to make sure they can see the. See, that's why I needed to turn off your camera when you jumping off now.
No, it's fine. I just had to move this frame that's sitting by her bed that I'm about to wash. But no, I think that we go back to just like I say about the other show that we review, which will eventually come up in this episode. Y'all want me to do something, and I might not done it for a while or ever, and y'all sending me blindly into stuff. They should have been having them girls in training. Like, why don't we have a vocal coach?
Just to get you up to speed.
Yeah, consistently. It's like you can't throw me in the booth thinking I can sing in a certain key. Or
only thing I've reason they probably could not have is because we was during the pandemic, and like especially when they were filming that, it probably was real risky trying to bring new people around that weren't kind of around them, for they wouldn't maybe test positive.
They could have had a mask and been like, all right.
Or get it over Zoom.
Yes, Zoom.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of sharp.
They set them up for failure.
Yeah, they did. So, and I never finished it because they were supposed to have like a concert or something.
Yeah, they did. I think they did. Maybe I ought to go watch the last episode or something. And just
maybe I'll go back.
Yeah, but Keely, remember that song that she did where she thought she was when she went to try to go solo, and she was like, it was in a bar to the Carrie Hilson song where she was trying to get nasty too, and neither one of them worked out for either one of them. Hold on, what was the name of that song?
Yeah, it was like, I know there was one where she was like, it was like buy you a drink or buy me a drink or something. That was the name of one of them songs. But it's just like, girl, I'm getting a little tired of you breaking promises.
Yeah, and you know she got that list. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you that song. I know I ain't going crazy. Because it was around, this is like early internet days, y'all. This was before I start first cooking people on the net. Like, this was the early, like, cooking.
This is definitely in the Concrete Loop days, because I feel like where I saw
So one of them is from
Like Concrete Luke
Spectacular. Spectacular is the name of the
Oh,
song.
see, I don't know nothing about that one. I know about the drinks, how many drinks or something about a drink that she had, and she was like in a club.
Drink is one of them, but Spectacular is the one I'm talking about.
Oh, see, I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, it was cooking her. That was in 2009. Because she was like, oh, man, let me see if I can find this and play it for the streets. I can't play too much of it because I know that they be trying to give me copyright strike. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
I don't know what it is.
Man, you know what? It's so bad. That song is so bad. They had the spectacular. This is when people was doing reactions. These are the first reaction videos when people were doing like video reactions. First thing I pop up was spectacular reaction. Yeah, because she acted like she was a prostitute or whatever in the video.
Oh, you want to send me that link?
Hold on.
What's weird? Okay. I don't know what it is about Keely where it seemed like I understand, like I'm under the impression that she married a guy, he got a little bit of money, but where you have,
she married him for money too.
Yeah, where you have like Adrienne Byline.
I'm not trying to be like a person that looks at someone and says what they are, because you be a great dude. He just looks like she did marry him for money though.
Yeah. Adrienne Byline and even Notori are all both successful in their own rights. And yes, and yes, Cheetah Girls was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, and like it's like 3OW songs that we like. Because once they kicked Notori out the group.
Oh, we wasn't messing with them after that. That's when the Cheetah Girls happened.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, but outside of Cheetah Girls, and I'm not being judgmental, but I feel like you are already in the industry. So what is happening where it's not like things are not sticking? Because, yes, Adrienne Byline was probably the stronger singer in 3OW, right? Mm-hmm. Then they have the breakup. They replace her, and we don't hear anything else. And then next thing you know, it's Cheetah Girls. And low key, I feel like they did Raven Simone wrong on. She said like, what was it, like the second or third one, maybe the third one, where they kind of left her off the tour.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice.
It was some drama with that. And then and I feel like maybe even Raven Simone kind of, I don't know, but I know during the pandemic.
Raven Simone was. So I'm reading now. So it says Raven Simone revealed that she did not appear in the third film due to feeling excluded and ostracized on the set of the second film. Likely due to the fact that the three other girls had spent so much time together after being put together in the real life Cheetah Girls recording group.
Yeah.
It was also revealed that Raven and Williams didn't get along because of a jealousy of Raven's role on the Cosby Show. And Raven revealed she would have went to jail if it wasn't for Lynn Whitfield, who played her mom, keeping her tame during filming. Why did Keely care about? Unless she was trying to get cast as. Oh man, that's some mess. So Keely she in the audience is some shit because didn't she throw like a chicken bone or something in the tar?
She threw. It wasn't chicken bone. I think it was chicken.
Okay.
At Notori, they was like at KFC.
Yeah. And I know, and I'll let that brother.
She's just not likable. You know how people just do shit?
Yeah.
And that's the air that it gives. Like, it's just like she's not likable. Like, she's not a nice person.
Yeah.
And so maybe she's in her own way.
And no reason to be talking about B2K and you having group sex with them.
Yeah, B2K, as the person that cried.
Minus Omarion. She made sure that was said as well. Minus Omarion.
Yeah, I'm not gonna always say like it still goes back to like now you have this 5 minutes of whatever because it's still so
she got a single dropping, that's why.
It's still so irrelevant. Like you telling me that these boys ran a train on you, or had group sex, whatever you want to call it,
I like how you adjusted it.
does not make me want to go and listen to your music. Again, I just said Adrienne Byline was probably the strongest singer in 3LW. And when we had Cheetah Girls, it was Adrienne and Raven that were the stronger singers. Sidebar, Raven Simone has this album that she put out when I was in high school that I thoroughly enjoy.
Really?
Yeah, it's like she has this song, "What is love when it gets
That's
on?"
that's what little girls are made of, right?
No, no. She like, I guess, older. If I'm in high school, Raven Simone is probably a couple years older than me. So she was, but it was called, is it Mystified? No. I know there's a song called Mystified on there that's "What is Love?" And she says, "I want to see you backflip." So wait, she's like, wait. Oh, what's the name of this album?
I'm trying to look it up now.
I'm on Spotify, but she has this album that it's like so good. And my homeboy had it, and I was like, "Oh, well, let me listen to it since you saying it's good." And he like knows music, and so it's called "This Is My Time." It was in 2004.
I didn't even know she had an album. That. All right. Okay.
Oh, she had an album in 2020.
She had Scott Storch producing on this album.
Yeah, it was a good album.
Okay.
Mystified. That song was called Backflip. It was "What Is Love," and then it was "Overloved." And it was just so good. She can sing.
Wow, she had Tricky Stewart on here too producing. Okay.
Yeah, it's a solid album.
Okay. I'm about to check it out. I mean, I hope it's better than that Keely Spectacular song that came out around 2010 that I want everybody to go check out.
Wait, what is it called?
I sent you the link to it. I sent you the link to the Keely joint. It's called Spectacular. And the song sucks real bad. Like, it sucks. Like, I'm letting y'all know that ahead of time. It's very not good. But the video's hilarious of her trying to be this sexy dominatrix kind of hooker on the street, spectacular thing. That's what you're there for. You're not there for the music. Technically, just put it on mute if you would like, just for that part.
Damn, it's that bad?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Damn. Our parents, we come from a generation where some things are better left unsaid. And we don't spill, like all the tea, leave something for yourself. Like, did we really need to know this? And it's like, it's not like these niggas is relevant now. Like, and that's no shade to them. But it's like, I would have had liked to known this at the height of the B2K career. Like the chaos, the pandemonium, which they should have called that album Pandemonium.
Even last year when they was beefing, that'd have been a perfect time.
Yeah, be like, yeah, but I made sure not to fuck that nigga because he was corny.
Yep. Look, I let Omarion read the room because I ain't want none of that. I wanted the other three.
Right.
It was she picked the wrong time.
Just weird.
And some stories are just only good for within friends and dinner conversations.
Yeah.
Like, like some of them everybody don't need to know. Even with our own friendship things, it's like some things we laugh about so much different stuff off the podcast, they ain't never gonna be revealed because they're funnier personalized stories that we just bug up at.
Dead ass.
All right, man. Let's go to we'll do serious last.
You want to do serious last? No, I say let's end it on a high note.
Okay, well we'll do the sexual work encounters next. Then we'll go serious. Then we'll end on the funny part.
Okay.
All right, sexual work encounters. Recently, there was Tennessee. 5 Tennessee cops were fired because they were having an orgy. Now, this wasn't a typical orgy. This was 4 black men and 1 damsel in distress white woman.
Well, are we really calling Megan a damsel in distress?
Hell no. This is just
Megan, we're going to call her Megan the fuck police officer. The police officer that likes to fuck a lot. And
Literally.
she had sex with another cop and his wife, and a host of other people. But it sounds like somebody was hating.
100%.
Somebody mad that they was not.
And it was Todd.
Yeah,
And you know who Todd is.
or maybe it was like, I'm gonna promise to fuck you, but then I'm not gonna fuck you for real. But I'm just trying to hold you over. I'm gonna say,
And he's sitting in the living room waiting. You know, like for his turn.
like, "Ooh, I'm tapped out." But his
You
dick
come back.
probably smelled like
No, you
mildew.
promised me.
Well, nigga, you got dick cheese. I don't want to fuck. So I just really. I'm just saying, you know, like, it's just really weird how things get out. And it's like, but actually, no, I think they were also fucking at the station. They fucked at the station.
Yeah, that's where they got in trouble at. Or maybe not. I don't know. Somebody hated, because there's no way that this was going to be found unless somebody that wasn't getting hated.
Unless they was fucking like in a conference room or somewhere where they probably have cameras. Like, you gotta probably remember that there are cameras somewhere through probably hot corridors.
Yeah. But how do they know about the group sex stuff though? Like, is that like, that's not? I'm assuming that's not. I'm assuming that. Well, maybe they did. Shit, I don't know. Maybe they. What if they did have group sex in the fucking lunch break room?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they might have. Maybe somebody walked in on them. That's how, I don't know, but it's like the police station is open 24 hours.
But I thought it was at somebody's house. They were saying that they were doing it at.
They was fucking. She was getting around. She was having a good time.
Damn. And you said one of them brought his wife too, right? You said, right?
Yeah, she fucked the wife too. So she was really having a good time. I'm not mad at her. Like, we don't sex shame on here at all.
No.
We don't sex shame.
We're talking about the.
Oh no, I'm telling the listeners, we don't sex shame. We don't slut shame. Whatever you do it proudly, and we support you fully.
Karrine and Diddy, do what y'all do.
Yeah. Another thing, like, going back to, do we really need to know that? But and he might not be peeing on her, but she just enjoys. That's something. But then it's like, but now we're inquisitive, and I'm like, Carisha, okay, so do you like, when you say you like being peed on, is it like we in the shower and this nigga pee on your legs, or is it like after sex and after he come, you know, like they tell you to pee? Is it like, do you lay a towel down and does he pee on your chest? Or does he pee in your mouth? Like, what's happening? Like, because now inquiring minds want to know. So now we really want to dive into your business, and now you're going to be mad that we want to know. Well, you told us, and now it's like, it's public information. So I feel like we deserve all the details.
Yeah, we just don't need to know this stuff, man. Let's just.
Everything don't need to be said. But have you ever had a sexual work encounter?
At work?
At work, maybe with a coworker outside of work. Like, what was happening?
Never. I'm never in with a coworker or at work or nothing.
Really?
One time, only one time, I had some sick duck. One time outside one of my parties by a coworker. That was it.
You did what?
Some sick duck.
What's that?
Take the S, move the S to the back. I mean, the S to the front and move it around.
Maybe my hearing is just messed up.
No. Sick duck. You never heard that?
No.
From Outkast, where basically Big Boy changed around, is basically dick suck. Like, where you just move it.
Oh, okay. So you got your pee-pee sucked by somebody.
Sick duck. Yeah, sick duck. So move the S to the back.
Okay. Okay, so that's still a sexual encounter with a coworker.
I know. That's what I said. I'm saying that's one time.
But you said no, and then you're gonna tell us yes.
Yeah, no. I had to think about it at the same time.
Your shit.
Yeah. That was the only time though. I was outside one of my parties, and then I felt bad about, because then she was like wanting to talk to me all the time and stuff, like, or whatever, and I was like, I mean, I was drunk, you was drunk, I had to go count the money, so I had to go back in, so I was just walking you to your car, you know.
Oh, so this was like a free time event.
Yeah, this is back when we was on high heyday.
Everybody, I want y'all to know that
Oh, here we go.
if everybody does it, hasn't been following us for a long time. Daryl and his friends, and it's funny because Adrian constantly has been coming up often. They had a promotional group. They had a party group. It was entertain. I would like to call y'all entertainment group.
Yeah, we didn't do just parties. We did all kinds of.
I didn't just do parties. I did comedy shows, different things, and yeah. So they threw all these dope ass parties. Some of them would be themed. Like I enjoy teas.
Yep, glow.
But yeah, so Daryl used to get down. Daryl used to be out here. Let me tell y'all. Like I told y'all earlier, like how I met Daryl is through Adrian. When I was working with Adrian's sister at Baker's.
That's right. Yeah.
And was like, I thought maybe he thought I was cute. But it was just him being nice and inviting me out. And I was like, oh, I'm underage. And then he was like, no, I got you. I'm going to get you in. So I really thought this nigga thought I was cute. But it's fine. And but everybody, it was like everybody loved y'all. Like all the girls like wanted to be with one of y'all. And that's why it's even funnier now looking back. But yeah, okay, got some free time dick.
Yeah, that was it. That's the only time.
And she really liked you. No. Let me tell you, because it was that's end of the night dick. So you was like mixing and mingling with people.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna need to put an addendum on that. Does that count people that work for me, like when we were throwing parties? Does this include that, or is this only like regular gig coworkers?
Did you make money?
Yeah,
it's a job. It's a career.
No, it's not a job. That's not a job. That was my business.
It was something that you love to do. So it was more. It wasn't what we consider like regular labor because it's not like, oh, I'm doing this because I have. I do it because I enjoy it.
What if I hired said girl to work for us, but I already had the encounter before that?
And don't count because she wasn't on payroll yet.
Okay, so no, then that's just that one thing. Most of the time, I only put you on staff. You know what I'm saying? After Okay, what about after you was on staff? I'm gonna be stopped before.
Only works when it's like
during that time. So it isn't if after you were co-workers anymore, they don't count.
Nah.
Okay, only once then.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm really against that.
So I'm the mess on here. I'm the messy one.
I'm against that. I'm against that in general.
Like I'm messy. Like I think about. Now, when I worked in St. Louis, I will say it's more LA based. Like I would flirt with this one guy when I worked at Nordstrom in St. Louis, and then when we hooked up, by that time I had already moved, so it was like different. So it don't count. But yeah, man, I was telling Fair more to the story because she was talking about her encounters when she worked at this firehouse, and I was telling her, I was like, yeah, when I worked at oh my gosh, when I worked at said retailer, one of my coworkers, he flicked whipped cream on my boobs. Well, it was my cleavage. It wasn't my boobs. My titties wasn't out, and he licked it off. We were in the stock room, but we would go out, we would kick it, like it would get stuff would intertwine. I probably messed with a couple of people on the floor. Like now that I think about it, like in the apartment, like looking back, because like apparently one time when we got wasted, I don't really recall making out with the person. He's the person that also flicked the whipped cream on my boobs, but we would flirt a lot. He was fine as hell. And I remember also there was this other cat, when he came to our department, I was kind of talking to this other dude who was the manager of the other shoe department. And then he was like saying that we was too flirty and all this stuff. And I was like, you're not my dude. And that was also the dude that like that manager was like, I feel like you don't need me for nothing. And I was like, well, I'm so confused. What do you mean? And he was like, you don't nothing, like, you don't ask me for money, you don't ask me to help you. I was like, am I supposed to? Like, do you want to pay my rent? Because I'm never not gonna tell you no. Like, the fuck? Like, this is the bullshit that we encounter out here. And then I was talking to the dude on the low in the men's shoe department. And then I hooked up with this other dude in the rail.
Yo, you was messy, yo.
I was like low key with it, but I'm a flirty person in general, so you wouldn't know what was real and what was fake. So I was just being my normal self. And then when I moved on to work in Beverly Hills, it was a dude. Like, out the gate, I thought he was very attractive, but he was kind of like, he really date black girls. And I was like, I don't know, I'm so confused. And so I like checked.
So he told you that, Dom? Or you just figured this out, that he don't date black girls? He just told you that?
Yeah, it was like really weird because he was hella flirting with me. But he was black. And so I was like, this is so confusing because you totally are hitting on me and I'm not making this up. And so we had like this conversation one day and I called him out and like, I was like, you know, it's one thing to have a preference, but as a black woman and meeting your family, like I had just met his family, not like oh, I want you to meet my family, but it was like we were all at work and they came in. I was like, hey, I think it would be very like hurtful to your black niece, your black sister, your black mother, if they heard what you just said to me. And so once I broke down the stuff, like, you can have a preference, that's one thing, but I'm like, be cognizant of your words, because words mean things. And as a person that's on the receiving end of that does not feel good. So if you like, and honestly, black girls, we don't be doing shit to nobody. And y'all just be telling us this shit.
Yeah, but it's no purpose in saying it.
There's no purpose in saying it. But again, this nigga was flirting with me because I'm telling you, you know, it's not like this person is just being nice.
Mm-hmm.
And so from that moment, from like checking him and like breaking it down to him and the history behind it, this nigga was on my line. But I felt like because of that, I could never like do anything with him. Just to like mess with, like, just, oh, I just want you to always beg for the pussy.
Yep.
So I end up messing with this other dude that
you are the messy one. And maybe, you know what, and maybe I don't I've never worked retail for real. So maybe that's a part of it as well. I've been corporate since college, so
yeah, I don't know. I feel like corporate affairs be happening, but it's just like
it's hard to maneuver that because you don't know if you're gonna get a sexual harassment suit too.
Right.
Retail is a little bit more. It's like, okay, I'm really spending time with them talking all the time, so I can kind of feel it out. Corporate, you just in a meeting here and there. You throw out there like, yo, what's up with you for later on? You may not have a job on Monday.
You're right. And so I ended up messing with this other dude that I really didn't want to mess with because I was bored. And he was trying to recruit me to like hook up with him and his wife. And I'm like, why people always want me to fuck them and their wife? Or why do, you know, like, it's a whole thing. So I was like, okay, no. But at first I was like, yo, I'll do it for a fee. And he was like, what? And I was like, I'm a female. Fee, emphasis on that fee. Ain't nothing in life for free, my nigga.
Yo, you're wilding right now.
I know, I'm sorry. Anyway, ultimately, I got my pussy on the clock, but that's neither here nor there.
Yo, you was wilding for real. So I go back to the dude I really want to hook up with. We made out in the stock room one time. We had an account on my mic. Oh my god.
So y'all, I did. We made out in the stock room, and then he came over one day because he had I bought some weed from him, And then we like hooked up a little, like we made out, but I was like, oh, I'm just getting on my period. I don't want it to be like our first encounter. Lying because I still could not fuck him. Just based on that, this nigga till this day still be calling me like, so what's up? I'm like, nigga, I'm not ever gonna fuck you.
And we're talking about over a decade ago at this point.
Dog, at this point, I've been gone from this job since like 2016.
Oh shit! So yeah, it's damn near a decade. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what? The day before he got married, called me. Was begging. He just hit me up recently again. I'm like, I'm sick.
Remember the last excuse I had? Same one.
Dog, but he fine. He's still fine. I feel like he would make like the perfect lawyer. I feel like he should go to law school. Because he looks like he would be like an amazing.
He looks like he would be a good lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know if y'all been had a little tryst at the workplace.
We had a good time. It was messy. There were some people that lied and said we had encounters, and I was like, never.
And once again, in the comments below, or email us as well.
Yeah, tell us y'all work sex stories. Like, we want to know.
I know y'all some heathens. Dom, you a heathen for this. This is heathen territory, sweetheart.
Am I no longer your wholesome sister? Oh my God.
I mean, of course I knew that wasn't true. I knew that. But I'm talking, you're a heathen because you're doing it at the gig. You talking about, then I got my pussy eating on the clock. Like, what? On the clock. And then in my mind, because I imagine a person, I imagine you sitting on the actual time clock.
No, you know.
Like the actual area where people clock in at.
No.
That's to make the visual even more funnier. On the clock. Like literally right next to it.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Good times, man.
We gonna bring y'all down a little bit. Shout out to Fuck Florida and Fuck Ron DeSantis as well. They are having a bill now where they're trying to change the African American Studies AP programs unto two now, where they can't mention anything that'll make anyone feel that their race, creed, or color affected someone else in the present that they did not personally do themselves. This is also maybe potentially going to some other states. I did not know Missouri was thinking about this as well. This is for AP African American Studies. I don't know how Missouri isn't implementing this, but this is for Florida. It's for AP Studies. This AP course as well was Henry Louis Gates helped implement this African American Studies program in AP courses for high schoolers as well. So this shit's edified. So this ain't like no bullshit, me talking about, getting Akbar X out here talking about Black Power. This is official tissue stuff when it comes to the research of what happened to Black people in this country. So fuck Florida, man. But you can go to tell the Missouri side. I didn't know Missouri was trying to think about it.
Yeah, Missouri is also trying to implement something similar. I saw this yesterday.
Yeah.
It's always so interesting that people want us to shut up and forget about things that happen to us. They're also, and I'm not even going to limit it just to us, Native Americans. And I know there's beef with, even with them because they own slaves. And Black people were also included on the Trail of Tears. They're slaves. The Holocaust, people are saying that didn't happen. Most bizarre thing. But it's a part of history. And, this wouldn't be a conversation if life was like much better now. Y'all not even trying to do anything to make it life better for people in general. And Florida just needs to be its own entity. Like, break away. Y'all be doing fuck shit all the time. But I'm like, you're not going to tell me that I can't talk about the civil rights movement. You can't tell me that I can't talk about the transatlantic slave trade. I can't talk about George Floyd or critical race, like all of that stuff, because it's so important to us. And you want to know what people don't do when they don't want to learn about that stuff? They don't take them classes.
Exactly.
Because when you get to high school, it is like college. You get to pick your classes.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is something that does not move you, it's like Instagram. If I see something I don't like, I keep scrolling.
And look, Dom, on top of it, these are AP classes, so most of these
and everybody's not in there. You know, it's really funny that Ron DeSantis is like this too, because he also ain't like white, like Anglo-Saxon white.
No, but
his family are like all immigrants. They're like his grandfather, like his father and his father and people. They're from fucking Italy.
Yeah, but they they get over here, they all white.
I get it, but it's like the how assimilation and white supremacy like runs so deep, and you can look at him and tell that
the civil rights movement changed white people. Everybody became white in 1963. Everybody that wasn't black became
look at him, and you can see. I'm like, yo, like you are not like white, like you white, but you're not like white. You know what I mean? You got a little spice to you. And so it's just irritating to even be having these conversations like in 2023. It's like you said, it's AP. Everybody is not taking advanced placement classes.
There's only like 5-10% of the students in these high schools are taking AP anyway. So I mean, why are we?
I just don't understand like why people are so gung-ho on erasing history, like consistently rewriting history, and like, oh, it happened later, or how people. Now I will say I had a kid that I was in elementary school with Facebook friends, and it was something that happened. I think it was like Juneteenth, and he was like, I don't have a lot of money, but you leave your cash app, I'm a cash app you something. And there was a whole list of niggas like,
oh no,
nigga, give me my money. I'll take my little
$1. Trying to pay out his reparations early.
He was like, y'all not finna get me on this shit. And honestly, so that came up recently. Did you watch the episode of Atlanta?
Of course.
I know you did. So that's what's happening to Benedict Cumberbatch, right?
Yeah.
His mama told him out the gate not to use his name because of that. And now they're like, your family, because they had dealings in slavery. I don't know if it was like Haiti or where it was, but they own slaves. And so now it's coming back like, bitch, you owe us reparations. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, if that becomes a thing, but except for my homeboy Cooper Collins, because he gave us some money.
Well, fuck him too. Look,
he was always so nice.
That sucks to be you, man. I'm gonna have to hit you, though, man. I'm gonna give you a discount, but look, I'm gonna have to hit you, though. Just like the episode of Atlanta, he gonna pull around the corner. He gonna hear that "Make It Last Forever," and we gonna be out there grilling and everything. And I'm gonna be like, hey, and I'm gonna have everybody out there. We gonna play dice. We gonna be doing it all in front of their crib.
Yeah,
this is our crib now. And that's why people's worst nightmare, which is funny, because that's not really gonna fucking happen. But that's why people's worst nightmare. That's why they're scared of fucking race, and they're scared that we're gonna get them back for everything we do. That's why all this stuff is in there, because they're fucking scared of what they did to us that we would do to them.
And I want to let people know too. I think even the lessons that we get about slavery, unless you have teachers that really kind of went in depth about stuff, like certain things that happened throughout the course of history, like Tahir and I's like 8th grade history teacher, Doc Bueller, really kind of gave us the ins and out of a lot of stuff, and we learned a lot of stuff that was not in the books. That fortunately, like I still know to this day, like the Battle of Crazy Horse and General Battle of Big Horn. So, and when we did the Lewis and Clark expedition, we actually like acted it out and did this whole thing. I was Sacagawea.
Did they rape you?
No, they did not rape me. I was gonna say that, but we did talk about the syphilis thing because they used to take mercury back in the day, so I do know that. So it's a million and one times worse. People just think that slaves, we was in the field picking cotton, we was doing like labor intense work, and we would go to bed. No, it was nothing like that. It was like they was raping niggas, they was raping the women, they were raping the men, they were raping the boys, they were making, women breastfeed their kids because the moms didn't want to do it or couldn't do it. Like, it was like a whole thing. So peeing on people, the way they castrated people, like castrated women, like it is a thing outside of us just getting beat.
They treated us like cattle.
They definitely
They treated us like chick cattle. That was it.
And I'm like, so it's still really glamorized to this day in the history books. But I really believe that, if it's certain things, that didn't interest me. So I did not take the class. It's that simple, but it's just, people are so gung-ho of, like I said, oh, we're not these bad people. That was a moment in time. Well, history tends to repeat itself, and y'all doing the same shit that y'all was doing, 600-700 years ago. Y'all still doing that now. 400 years ago. I think I'm really pushing that button, but whatever. It's closer than what we think. Like, really think about it. Like, Martin Luther King would have been 90 this year had he been alive. Like,
he died at 68, and I think he died at 35. So,
hey,
yeah, he'd have been close to about 90 something.
Yeah, because I was like, like when we thinking about that, like Malcolm X, like they would have been like, and they're not like late 80s, early 90s, and so when we have conversations about, oh, we want to forget, no, like this is still our history. This is what happened. George Floyd just happened. It is imperative that people, like when George Floyd happened, that was another day, like the earth fucking stood still. So why is that something we want to forget about? If anything, we should be making change happen and invoking change. But leave it to Florida to be fucking weird. Leave it to Missouri to be fucking weird. And what's crazy about Missouri, it's going to be interesting to see how things really change, because y'all was close to being blue this year. It was teeter. I watch what happens all the time.
I mean, I don't have no faith, though.
I don't have faith, but it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I have a whole theory of how white liberals and blacks liberals should be moving when it comes to the poll and getting certain positions, but we'll talk about that offline. Let's go on to something more happy.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get funny story that popped up on IG. I believe it may be cap.
Okay.
But shout out to our sisters from Wine Time Podcast. They put this up on their page, and I'm finna hold on. Let me go in here real quick to it. So it says, this woman says, B Royal says, "Can y'all believe me?" And she has a caption of this dude getting married below it, I guess. Y'all believe me? And this man was dating for 2 years, took trips together, was closing on a house, got matching tattoos, and he ghosted me, blocked me all on social medias, and now I'm finding out because he got married. That's cap, right?
Unfortunately, the way things are set up and the way that people move, this is a totally plausible story. And I only say that because it's something similar that happened on Married at First Sight, which Daryl and I are currently doing reviews.
And you can check that down in the meeting link notes. You can click right on there and you can go straight to it. I have the description in there for you to go straight to our reviews.
And one of the guys was dating a girl and for like a year and a half, and he had plans of marrying her, and she hit him with a photo of a ring, and he was like, "Oh, this the ring that you like this is the style," like, because they had conversations, and then she was engaged. She got engaged to somebody else. So I think that it's a plausible story. It's just really fucked up because people are really terrible people like that. Like, I'm trying to think, do I know anybody personally? Oh, you know what? Yo, low key, that shit happened to me.
Huh.
Now, we didn't have matching tattoos, but I was going back. Oh, okay. I was going back and forth.
I'm believing everything you talking about now since you talked about getting your coochie ate on top of the on the clock.
So I was dating a guy. I was going back and forth between LA and Kansas, and it was somebody that I knew for a while. And so there was like this weird shift the last time that I saw him, and that last day I had like a romantic evening planned, and he came home from work and he was just angry. But he wouldn't talk to me and tell me what happened. He's a Libra. And so I'm just like weird. Like, we don't cuddle, like we don't engage how we have been like this entire time, like what's been happening like the previous times that I've come to see him. And then he like goes to play ball like in another country, and I'm the honest shit. I'm like, yo, like it feels weird. Let's cool off.
Cool.
And so he tells me no. Well, a couple days later, he's in a relationship with somebody on Facebook. And how I find out is through somebody else. And so when I confront him about it, I was able to confront. I wasn't blocked. Oh, baby, I went in. And I was just like, why would you even? I'm like, I gave you the opportunity to back out and to chill, and you like fucking playing with me, bro. And I was really hurt about it. And I was like, I might have put a curse on him and was like, you will never be as happy as you were with me. Everything going forward in your relationships will be chaotic until you do right by me.
Damn.
And it was kind of like that. I guess I should release that curse, but
as the curse worked out, is he doing bad?
Oh, absolutely. God don't like when you do ugly, when you mistreat his kids.
Dang, so he fell off?
No, I'm not gonna say he fell off, but I'm gonna say some shit probably happened. I was like, should have did right by me.
Oh, so you knew some shit that did happen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So a whole bunch of shit. Like, I know everything.
Are you on the sidelines and watching? Like, I told you, motherfucker.
I mean, we are in a place now where we are cool. We've talked about it, but that did happen to me. So I think it's totally plausible. Like, that is a real thing that people do to people. And sometimes when I was told what happened, I was, I said, so you decided based on actions that you made that you would not be honest up front, and you decided to make a decision for me without telling me. Libras have a bad habit of doing that. So we're cool now, and it is what it is. But like that, I think that can happen. I mean, and it sucks.
Man, I don't know. I mean, 2 years. Y'all got matching tattoos. Y'all finna buy a house, so you can have a mortgage. So his name's on a mortgage.
And he was just leading her on. He was just taking her to see houses. Like, what do you think about this?
No, they said they had a loan on the house. Like, they basically in fucking.
Well, that's her house now. I hope it's in her name.
No, look here. I don't give a fuck. My name's still on this too. So look, we can close on it, and you can live in it.
Yeah.
I will come snatch it up if I get that bill saying the payments ain't being made.
But really think about it. Like, it's not that far fetched. Like, this is normal. Like, think about back in the day, we just didn't have social media. You might hear about it.
Yeah, but that's different. I think now that'd be hard nowadays.
No,
man.
But it's like, I wonder how active he really was on social media. He couldn't have been that active where that could happen. Or he had like 2 pages, maybe one was private, and he had one relationship on one page and one relationship on another. But I think it's totally possible.
For 2 years though, like damn.
It happens. Mine was happening. It happened to me, and I was probably seeing that person for like a year.
Yeah, but they got into a relationship. That's different than getting married.
Yeah, but it could still happen. Like, think about the clips that we saw, like that clip where the man was getting married and the girl comes into the wedding, right? And she was like, "What are you doing?" or whatever. And I think he had a kid with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he never looked back. Motherfucker never looked at her. But people be terrible people.
People be terrible people.
People are terrible people.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even. Yo, man, I just won't have time for it, yo. Like,
we're Aquariuses. We don't have time to do bullshit like that. And people get mad at us because we just be like, because we don't want to fight for like about certain stuff. We don't want to do stuff like, oh, I just don't have the energy. Like, let's go to Mars. Like, you talking like, let's take a trip. Like, this is me.
Yeah, or I just don't want to. Like, maybe I just come off carefree. Like, all right, fuck it, whatever.
Right. So
laissez-faire.
Say hi, Uncle Daryl.
Hey, the little soldier up in here, little baby doggy.
Yeah, she's so sweet. But you peed in your bed again, and I'm mad. I just washed it.
Well, man, thank y'all for listening to another great episode of Everyone Needs an Aquarius. Where can they hit you up at, Dom?
You guys can find me at St. Angeles on Instagram. I also have a YouTube page.
Linked in the show notes.
It'll all be there. And I feel like I'm trying to figure out, honestly, but I know why I didn't do it and I changed it back to my name is because like St. Angeles, like the actual St. Angeles is not available.
Really?
And so no, like somebody is pretending to be me out there.
That's weird. That's a weird because that's a pretty creative name though.
Right? And so it does not exist. But so I'm trying to figure out a way where it makes me more searchable. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm more than halfway to my watch hours to be able to monetize my page. Make sure y'all are also sharing this page and subscribed as well.
Yeah. And make sure you go see our Married at First Sight reviews. Like
yes, please.
Link down in the bio.
Daryl was in a great mood today. Sunday he was on one. He was what we like to call on bitch because his football team lost or soccer team lost.
Soccer team lost, yes.
Yes, but in other countries, football.
Yes.
So
it was a bad day.
Daryl was on.
And this motherfucker Eris was just getting on my nerves, and it was just.
And I just sent him a clip of some upcoming stuff, so he's very upset. And it's a good time. I also have my page set up now. I have playlists, so you could just hit the playlist and go to Married at First Sight. Yeah. Also check out Whiskey Soured. I just told Doja that I need to get him on an episode, but that'd be fun to bring you back in too. I want to talk about the friend zone or why you should not date people that you friend zoned.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, when you friend zone me, you friend zone me. I'm trying to holler at your cousin, man.
But there are some people that don't understand the logic behind that, and I would love to break it down. So I'm trying to get that on the calendar.
Yeah, I done been there, done that. Nah, it don't never work. It never works. You never get out of it for real unless you want to get like sexual harassing, rapey, and I don't do that. So.
See, I have a different logic behind it, guys.
Yeah, the only way is you got to pull your dick out. Like, and I don't like doing. That's not my stilo. Like, you got to do something drastic like that to get out the friend zone, and I'm not that type of dude. Like, that's the way that you get out the friend zone is just like, fuck it, you don't fuck or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't.
I wasn't gonna take it that far, but I'm sure.
I mean, and I don't mean like really just throw your dick out. Like, people don't think I'm just saying. Yeah, but no, some people may take that literally. What I'm saying, you just have to really just.
We don't take nothing to say literal, Daryl.
Okay. Fine. But man, thank y'all for listening to this for always. And we will be back bi-weekly, even though Dom had people thinking that we were bi-monthly or whatever you said before.
What'd I say? Listen, I was tired, okay? I was like, we bi-monthly. And then I was like, I'm in bi-weekly. However you get paid. You get paid twice.
Exactly.
That's how many times we show up. Okay.
It's
Shit.
like we show up like your paycheck twice a month.
Yeah, twice a month. It would be nice to get paid weekly again. That's been a long time.
Yeah, that's some. I mean, it's supposed to snow here, so I might be doing some shit tomorrow live.
All right. Well, I will. So y'all, thank y'all so much for coming.
Yeah, thank y'all for real.
Oh,
Man.
and candles, don't forget 20%
it's in the show notes too. Yeah, make sure y'all, if y'all listening.
Valentine's Day is coming up. Use code Aquarius. I'm about to drop some promo videos.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, I got a promo. Talking about like the different scents. I'm actually. If I can get her settled, I'll probably make some candles tonight because I have these 2 scents that are new that are fire and they're more on the masculine side.
Okay.
They're sexy as fuck.
You got some Egyptian musk popping?
Listen, one of them has like amber, cedar in it. It's really good. When I made it for Janelle, she was like, "Ooh, this one should be called Mon Frere," and then she's like daddy in French, because and then, but then we call it sugar daddy. It's like Papa Gâteau
when you're tricking and you need a little bit extra.
Sugar daddy. So it's fire. It's fire.
Make sure y'all go get these candles, man. I ain't getting the sugar daddy just out of principle.
Listen,
please go support the candles, please.
All right, y'all.
All right, peace, y'all.